Hey guys, hi, this is Magnus, and welcome to the absolute beginner's guide to Vermintide 2. And by absolute, I mean like a complete idiot's guide to Vermintide mechanics, how to use the inventory, the property, rerolling system, everything. Basically everything that confused me when I started playing this game. I am going to be talking about it, and I won't go into too much detail because there's no need. I'll just keep it simple because everyone doesn't want to watch a 1 hour long video, one explaining A to Z of about everything. You just want the bare essentials, information that you can use, and then implement it in your own gameplay in your own game. So, hi, this is me. How's it going? Yeah, so when you buy the game, you are given a lot of choices. There's the base game, there are many DLCs, and you end up either checking on Reddit or Googling it or going to the Vermintide Discord, asking people. Mind you, the Vermintide 2 community, well, Vermintide community is one of the nicest communities I've ever come across. Especially considering nowadays when there are a lot of toxic people everywhere. This community is quite nice. I mean, I'm close to nearly 2,000 hours in this game. Absolutely love it. Bought it June of last year, 2021, and I've been playing it every single day since then. Actually, no, I got COVID twice, so that time I didn't play. But I remember when this was released, I thought it was just a regular, one of those standard hack and slash games. I didn't pay too much attention. Didn't buy it. I thought, nah, I don't want to play it, man. Hack and slash, rats, what's so much fun about that? Little did I know. Anyway, so last year, I don't know, I randomly came across a video on YouTube and some Vermintide 2 gameplay, and I thought, wait a minute, maybe I haven't given it, the respect it deserves. So let's check it out. It was on sale. It's often on sale. It was recently available for free. If you got it, good on you. If not, tough luck. But I mean, needn't worry about it because it's always on sale. The DLC characters. There are some DLC characters. There are DLC maps. That's what you get with the DLCs. You get maps. So in a nutshell, if you're wondering what to buy first, start off with the base game. Just buy that, see if you like it, see if it tickles your fancy. Tickled my fancy a lot. I love this game. I've uninstalled each and every other game I play. And yeah, I play Valorant from time to time, but this I play on a regular basis, nearly every day. Actually every day. So I fell in love with it. I realized that the amount I paid for the game was nothing compared to what Fat Shark gave me in return. There's so much content in it. I mean, if you just think about this area for those, like I've played all From Software games. I'm a From Software vet, so those people can relate to the fact that you have a central area, like a safe haven, if you will. Like this area, it's called the Keep, Taal's Keep. Mind you, I'm not big on lore. I mean, I don't mind reading about it, but I've never gone out my way to read about the lore. But I don't know why this is called Taal's Keep, but it's called Taal's Keep. So whenever you spawn into the game, you end up over here. You can explore it. There are lots of hidden areas in it. There's quarters for everyone, for all the characters, and how you go to different maps is this place over here. This is where you select the different maps from. You can either do quick play, where you get random maps, and you can select what difficulty you want to play at, or if you want a specific map, you can go from here. Go to mission, you have all these maps. On select, you have all these maps. I mean, these are basically all the DLC maps. Got this. This was a recent DLC, which was for free. Then Shadows over Bogenhofen. Black Tuber Strike, and then Dark Omens from Winds of Magic. So the more I played the game, I realized, and I love it. This is fantastic. I mean, I was missing quite a lot, and so I just bought all the DLCs because buying DLC basically means you're buying more maps. So if you love the game, then you know more maps is pretty awesome, and the level detail in literally all the maps is just, I mean, whoever designed the maps, they should be given a raise because they did a fantastic job with the map design. I mean, I've been a gamer all my life, and this game has, I wouldn't say the best, but one of the best map designs in any games. Map and level design. The maps are beautiful, breathtaking. You know, sometimes you stop and just want to stare. I mean, if you look at just Taal's Keep over here, look at the level of detail. There's so many things that didn't require detail, but they put detail in it. You know, just these little trinkets over here. There's so much. I mean, just in this area alone, and I haven't even started a map right now. So this is Taal's Keep. You can explore the different levels. I mean, different stories. You go up there, check it out, and that's what you see when you spawn in for the first time. Start off buying the base game. When you're happy with the base game, then buy the DLC. Just forget the reviews on Steam, just buy all of them. Just trust me on that, just buy all of them. Buying more DLCs means more maps, as I said, and of the game you want to play more maps. Anyway, so this is your map. You can also set a key, bind a key to the map, and you don't necessarily have to be over here in order to access it. You can access it from anywhere in Taal's Keep. And to buy stuff, so there's no currency available in this game that you can buy with real money.
Good work on Geheimnisnacht.
You do different missions that you get on a weekly basis, and you get these coins, and you can buy cosmetics, right? However, there are some cosmetics which you can buy with real money, but coins you cannot buy with real money. So this is where you buy cosmetics, you know, for hats, for clothing, and different illusions for weapons, you know, like we know them as weapon skins. For example, if I go to my favorite character is Carillion the Elf, so she has 4 classes, and some of cosmetics you can buy with real money. They're often on sale, well, not often, but at times they're on sale, so if you might want to hold off if you're interested in a particular cosmetic, or just buy it, I don't know, whatever suits you. So cosmetics to clothe your characters, and then you've got weapon illusions, which you can apply on different weapons that you get. You know, different skins basically. So this is available for all the 5 characters. Going back, this is where you access the map, as I said, and then you have this book called Okri's Challenges, which has all the challenges that you can do. So you get your weekly challenges. These, you know, for example, play 3 quick play missions, collect different items across all the maps, and you get rewarded with shillings. Those shillings and show up over here, and you can buy your stuff with them. Okay, so I think that is more than enough for like a preliminary discussion on what you see as soon as you appear in Taal's Keep for the first time. So shop, challenges, challenges for different illusions, challenges for shillings, challenges for different cosmetics. Everything's in Okri's Challenges. You can also bind this to a key and access them from anywhere in Taal's Keep. And then you want to play a particular map, where you access it from, and your keybind, whatever you set it to. If you want to play random maps set to a specific difficulty, you can do that, but you'll get a random map. And for playing quick play, you also get a bonus, which you don't get a bonus of XP, which you don't get in what do you call it? Custom maps. In custom maps, you get to play specific maps that you want to play. For example, don't play Dark Omens. I select the map or the mission. I select the difficulty from here. Mind you, when you buy the base game, you only have access to these 4 game modes. If you want to play the highest difficulty called Cataclysm, you'll have to buy the Winds of Magic DLC. I know it sucks. You know, I'd previously never heard of a game, at least I had never heard of a game where you had to pay to play the highest difficulty. That is, I guess, one of the main reasons why people have reviewed it very badly on Steam. But I mean, regardless, if you love the game, you know, you just buy it. So, and the more you progress, the more skill you get. So, you know, you want a better challenge, and if you can easily play Legend and survive and finish it every single time, then I guess that's when you realize that's when it's time to move on to a higher difficulty. Cataclysm is pure chaos. There are even higher difficulties in Cataclysm. Those are available on the modded realm in a later video. Actually, my next video I'll talk about the modded realm, since I mean I've had my fill with the official realm, so I've got my nitpicks with the official realm, so those are addressed in the modded realm, and so I exclusively, my buddy and I, we just play the modded realm. Anyway, so this is how you access difficulties. Let's say I want to play Dark Omens on Cataclysm. Select the mission, the map, difficulty, play, and this is known as the Bridge of Shadows. This is basically your portal. This is your portal. This takes you and your buddies to the map. Now, I can either access the map right now, just go in, there's a countdown, 3, 2, 1 takes you to the map, or I can wait for people also wanting to play Dark Omens or this specific map at this particular difficulty, and they'll start joining your keep, and then you can go together. Or people can also, you know, join you while you're playing it. So let's F10 this for now. So okay, I think that is enough for now. Now moving on to my main topic that I wanted to talk about. That is the inventory. So this confused me a lot when I think during my first week of Vermintide 2, I had no idea how to navigate. I tried, I went through it. There's so much information, I didn't know what was what. I asked for help on the subreddit, the Vermintide subreddit. Very helpful people to help me out, and particularly the Vermintide Discord was really helpful. A lot of knowledgeable people over there, a lot of skilled, experienced people over there. So when you open up your inventory, this is the interface that you see. So you have your character. I'll talk about the characters later. Right now, just want to pay more attention to inventory. So this is what you see when you open up the inventory for the first time. You see a character. You see 5 items that each character has. 2 of these 5 items are weapons. First primary weapon is your melee. Secondary weapon can be a melee. For some characters, it's sort of a ranged option is also available, like for an elf. Elf has javelins, which you can keep throwing. You reload them. You don't have to go to ammo pots to refill. No. Then you have 3 pieces of jewelry. You've got the necklace, you've got a charm, and a trinket. So with all these 5 items, each has properties. As you can see on the screen, it's got 2 properties, and then it's got this property at the bottom, swift slaying. That's called a trait. So every weapon and jewelry has 2 properties and 1 trait. Now, there aren't just 2 properties each. There's a plethora of properties, which is good. That will take time. You know, I'll explain what the best properties are for these weapons that I have and why I'm using them. Right. So, for example, if I look at these, if I look at my melee weapon, it's got 5% critical chance and 5% attack speed. These are the two properties, and it's got a trait called Swift Slaying. So the good thing is that Vermintide doesn't leave you completely in the dark. With every trait, it's got its explanation. For example, Swift Slaying, critical hits increase attack speed by 20% for 5 seconds. You know, different traits have different outputs. So if you're playing at lower difficulties, then you can use, by low difficulties I mean recruit, veteran, champion, and I guess legend. You can use this combination of properties. Attack speed obviously means the animation speed that you see on screen of your weapons, and critical chance that increases the probability of critical hits. And not only, so there's a 5% chance of critical hits occurring while you are swinging your weapon, and those obviously have higher damage on your enemies. Now the reason why I'm using a trait, Swift Slaying as a trait, is because as soon as a critical hit is activated, my attack speed will increase by a further 20% for 5 seconds. I absolutely hate sluggish weapons in this game. I don't know how people can play with them. I love fast weapons. I love the responsiveness, so for me that is absolutely perfect. And about 99% or 98% of people, if you ask them, hey, I've got a melee weapon, what trait should I use on it? 98 to 99% of people will tell you, oh, just slap on some Swift Slaying. You know, it just makes sense. Anyway, so these are the properties that I've got for this weapon, and that is the trait that I'm using. And for each weapon, there's a further explanation of you know, what it does, what it can be used for. For example, if you've seen below Swift Slaying in green, in the green font it says fast attacks, wide sweeps, versatile. That means that it can be used for a number of purposes during combat. You know, so all weapons have. For example, if I select the glaive, one of my personal favorites, I've slapped on some attack speed, some block cost reduction. I'll explain what block cost reduction is later, and Swift Slaying. And if you look at the description of this weapon, it says causes high damage, it's armor piercing. Mind you, not all weapons are armor piercing. If it says armor piercing, then it is armor piercing. If it doesn't, then it's not going to do much against armored enemies. Like, kind of trying to crack a piece of metal with a butter knife, with a plastic knife. So, and then it's got fast attacks. You know. So, in my opinion, when you start off with this game and you start playing it, you want to use weapons that have a horizontal strike. You know, you've got hordes and hordes of enemies running at you, trying to kill you. So, weapons with horizontal strikes, you know, it kind of made me feel safer when I started playing this game. And as I got better and better at this game, I realized that, you know, that isn't exactly the best weapon. I mean, to each their own, I guess, but a lot of people would agree with me that sword and dagger is maybe the most versatile, maybe the best weapon in the game. But starting off, I used to feel really scared using this, and hordes running at me. I'm like, oh, what am I going to do? It doesn't have horizontal strikes, and I wasn't really good at dodging. No, I just used to run at enemies, left click, die, and realize, okay, I'm not doing it right. So anyway, alright, so moving on to my ranged weapon. A ranged weapon, almost all of the times you're going to use Hunter as the trait. Why? The description is right there. And for Elf, I'm using the Briar Javelin. I absolutely love this ranged weapon. I think this is her best ranged weapon. Some people might disagree, they might say it's the longbow, but I love this, you know. You can't run out of ammo. You can use it as melee weapon. It doesn't block, mind you. it does not block, and you don't have to find, as I said earlier, an ammo crate. You can just reload it, use it as melee as well, not block. So I absolutely love it. And it just pierces through enemies and destroy hordes with it as well. Alright, so moving on to the jewelry, you get the necklace. All characters get a necklace, they get a charm, they get a trinket. Your necklace has... So each of these three jewelries have different properties, like a different set of properties. And you won't find the same set of properties on, for example, block cost reduction is only... Stamina and block cost reduction are only available on a necklace. You will not find stamina and block cost reduction on a charm or a trinket. And vice versa, you won't find attack speed and power versus chaos on a necklace. So I will attach some links with this video on the total list of properties that are available, and the best resource for that is a website called Reynolds.gift. I'll attach it with this, and it's got a complete list of different properties and available traits that each weapon has, you know, so you can just go through it. But there are certain combinations which are always used. So I've got stamina, block cost reduction with my necklace, with bark skin. Bark skin, if you ask anyone, hey, what trait should I put on my necklace? Almost always they will tell you to use bark skin. Again, why? Just read the description with bark skin, you'll realize why. It's like a failsafe, you know, in case you're getting pummeled by enemies, because it's Vermintide. You can have enemies all around you, behind you, in front of you, left, right, maybe even above you. So it's good to have bark skin. Then moving on to the charm. This basically decides your weapon speed and the extra damage against different enemies. And the trait that I'm using is Decanter, because why? Because it increases the duration of potions by 50%, which is a huge bonus, you know, when you're in a bind and you need, for example, you drink a strength potion or a speed potion and you need its effect to get out of that situation, then, you know, this is really helpful to have this trait. That's why I personally use it. I've got it on all my charms. And the last one, so on the trinket, again, the trait that almost everyone will tell you to use is shrapnel. And why? Again, just read the description. It says the grenades cause enemies that have been affected by a firebomb or a normal grenade, they take 20% more damage for 10 seconds, and that is a lifesaver at times. Trust me on that. And on this, you can decide the critical chance and stamina recovery of your weapon. So again, what is the total list of available properties? For the trinket, for the charm, and for the necklace, that is, everything's available at Reynolds.gift. I'll attach the link in my description. Okay, so moving on to the talents, that is, I think that's more than enough information about your equipment. So then moving on to the talents, so each character, every character has a talent section in the inventory, and you've got 6 talents, and you can use a combination of these. So you've got 6 tiers of talents. Each tier has 3 talents each, and you can use a combination of all these talents. And for example, why am I using these talents? There's another thing that would confuse me a great deal when I started playing this game, and again, thank you Fat Shark for including descriptions along with titles of each talent. Honestly, just read the description for each talent and you'll see what talent is best for you. Or you can also, again, if you don't want to go through the descriptions, you can just go to that website I was just talking about, Reynolds.gift, and there are pre-made builds on that. You can copy people's builds. When you get more skilled at the game, and by more skilled I mean more knowledgeable as well, when you've more knowledge of how everything works, then you can make your own builds, you know, because you'll understand what each talent, when each talent is required, you know, why do you need it. You know, when you realize that, that's when you can start making your own builds. Okay, so I'm using these talents for a specific reason, and based on my gameplay. So these talents basically the output for these talents is seen while you are playing, while you are fighting enemies. So whatever talents you have, you'll see their effects while you are damaging enemies. Okay? Right, so moving on. This is... When I started playing equipment, talents didn't take long to understand. Cosmetics is just cosmetics, whatever cosmetic you want to clothe your character in, you can do that. Crafting is what confused me the most. In crafting, so what happens in this game is you play a map, and over here, once you finish a map, you get boxes. You know, boxes are dropped for you, and they end up over here on this little altar, and you can open those boxes. You know, chests. Different tiers, chests, different lower tier chests give you low tier weapons. Higher tier chests give you higher tier weapons. You open them, you go to crafting, and you see everything that you got from those chests. You see them over here, in this window over here, and you get lowest tier is white, then green, then blue, then orange, and highest tier is red. And whatever stuff, whatever weapons or jewelry you get from your boxes, you'll see it over here. If you want to salvage it, basically salvaging kind of breaks down those weapons and breaks them up into scrap, weapon parts, them cut as toolkits, green dust, blue dust, orange dust, and red dust. That's what happens. So you can only get red dust by salvaging red weapons. Just keep that in mind. But for everything else, you get green, blue, and red dust as well, and you need all these materials to craft new weapons. So any weapon that you don't need, trust me, just salvage it as soon as you get it, because I see a lot of people, their inventory is full of weapons that they don't even use. So why not just salvage it and get all this raw material so you can craft a new weapon? So anything that you don't need, just, you know, if you have a lot of white items, click on this white icon over here, and all of them will be moved over here. You can click on salvage. Just double check before you click on salvage, because once you salvage those weapons, you cannot get them back. Same with green weapons. If you got lots of green weapons, you don't want to individually click on them. You get them over in this window. You can just click on the green button, and all your green items will come over here. Well, 9 of them at one time, and blue and orange and so on. After you salvage them, you get all this raw material. This is where you craft the items. So, for example, if I want to craft, I don't know, let's say I want to craft a Briar Javelin. Right, so for that I need weapon parts and scrap. I craft it. It will give me a Briar Javelin, and what do you call it? The Briar Javelin will have a random power on it. The power of the javelin, javelin. The power of the javelin is dependent on your hero power. I'll get to that in a bit. But this is how you craft the item. So you need raw materials to craft the items. Once you crafted them, let's say you crafted a white item, or a green item, or a blue item, or an orange item. Let's say you crafted a white item. You want to upgrade it to green. Then put the item over here. Oh, this is different. My bad. Yeah. You come to upgrade item. and any items that are white, green, blue or orange, just click on them, right click, they appear over here, and you can upgrade them. The green is upgraded to blue, white is upgraded to green, green is upgraded to blue, blue to orange. But in order to upgrade them, you need scrap metal, and you also need to have different colored dust. Just keep that in mind. So the highest tier is red, but for red you need to have red weapons, and that you can only get if you're at the highest hero power. Okay, so going back to salvage items, I just explained this. Craft is where you literally craft weapons. The re-rolling properties, this is the section in crafting that confused me the most. I was like, okay, what is this? Because I didn't understand the properties and why I needed certain properties. So, for example, 10% power versus chaos enemies, 10% power versus infantry. What is infantry? I think I'll attach another document with this video. It's got all the different classes of enemies, which is which. You know, because at least I don't think the game outrightly tells you. And we know that Skaven are rats and Chaos are the zombie-looking enemies, but then infantry. Just go through the document that I'll attach with this, and you realize what I mean. Which enemy is which, falls under which category. So if you want 10% more damage against Chaos enemies, 10% more damage to infantry enemies, then that's why I have on this particular javelin I've got these properties. If I want to change this combination, let's say I'm looking for 10% power versus chaos. Let's remove this. Okay. No. Okay. I'm looking for 10% power versus chaos and 10% power versus monsters. Then I'll click on reroll properties. Blue and green dust is consumed in order to change these properties. Just keep in mind that if you don't have enough green and blue dust, then you won't be able to change properties. So it takes quite a bit. Sometimes you get your desired properties after a few tries, after a few rerolls. Sometimes it takes quite a bit because there are so many combinations of these the top property of basically all the properties in this game, right? So you can change the properties for your weapons over here, for your jewelry. Let's say I want to change the properties of my charm from chaos, power versus armor, to power versus chaos and power versus monsters. Then I'll keep on clicking on reroll properties. Green, blue dust will be consumed every time, and when I achieve my desired combination of properties, I'll stop re-rolling. So just keep that in mind. Alright, so moving on, yeah. So there are as many traits as there are properties. There are lots and lots of properties, but there are very few traits. And so, let's say I want to change the trait on my javelin. Right now it's hunter. It's obviously the desired one I wanted, but I'm not going to change it right now. But you want to change the trait on your charm, necklace, trinket, or any weapon. Right click, shows up over here. You click on reroll trait, and you cycle through the different available traits for ranged weapons. When you obtain the one you want, then that's it. You got what you needed. And in order to change traits, orange dust is consumed. So just keep that in mind. Make sure you've got enough orange dust. Moving on, I just talked about this. Upgrade weapon. If you've got white colored weapons, white tier weapons, you can upgrade them to green. If you've got green tier weapons, you can upgrade them to blue, blue to orange. If you've got red dust, well, it's called bright dust, but I just call it red dust, you know. Makes it easier. Got red dust, you can upgrade those orange weapons, orange tier weapons, to red weapons, which are the highest tier weapons in the game. Okay, so I was talking about when I went to the shop, I was talking about illusions or skins for different weapons. For example, I'm using the sword and dagger right now. This sword and dagger has lots of skins that you can apply on the base skin. I'll give you an example. Let's go to illusions again. So, okay, here you go. So right now, I'm using the sword and dagger, and its illusion is called Harmony and Discord. Whenever you don't have skins for jewelry, for charms, necklaces, or trinkets. When you craft them, the game automatically gives you different end jewelry, if you will. But with weapons, with ranged and melee weapons, you can, if you have the illusion for it, either if it's been dropped in a crate, then that illusion is saved in your game, or if you bought it from Lona. This guy over here, his name's Lona. Annoying as hell, guys, trust me. So either if when you opened up chests, you got different illusions for skins, those get saved in your game, and they get saved in your inventory, or you can buy new ones using
Blessed Sigmar. Someone set the Black Grail loose in
the shillings, the coins that you have.
I thought we'd put a stop to that.
You can buy them. For example, the red tick signifies that I have these in my inventory, these skins. So I can either get them from drops from loot boxes, or I can buy them right now from Lona's shop. So if I buy them, and if I go to crafting and apply illusion, for example for this, for the sword and dagger, and those illusions will show up over here for each weapon, for each ranged weapon, for each melee weapon. This consumes nothing, it consumes no raw materials, no resources, so you can do this as many times as you want. So let's say I want this particular weapon illusion. So I'll select it and then I'll apply illusion, and the skin will change basically. I really like that. I like that, you know, you've got unlimited attempts to change weapon illusions, and no resource materials are utilized while doing that. And then the last thing is convert dust. Okay, so at the beginning I also wondered, you know, what's this convert dust for? Why do I need to convert dust? Trust me, you will need to convert dust. Because there are times when you've got a lot of, let's say, blue dust or orange dust, and you need either more green or more blue. Then this is how you do it. If you need, let's say you've got lots of blue dust and you need green dust, right click on the blue. So for every 10 blue dust you get 10 green, and you can convert it. You can't convert green back to blue though. That is, at least I don't think so. No, you can't do that. Yeah, you can't convert green back to blue, and blue back to orange. So if you need green dust, you don't have enough, right click on the blue dust, convert as many as you want. If you need blue dust, right click on the orange, convert as much blue dust as you orange dust as you want, change to blue. And why? Like I mentioned before, because when you are re-rolling properties, which you will do a lot at the beginning during the preliminary stages of your Vermintide experience, you will be re-rolling properties quite a bit. My advice is to not re-roll properties until you have maxed out your character. Because when you max out your character, then that means that your character will have a total hero power of 650. They will have a level of 35, and that you get from XP, from winning matches, finishing maps. Even if you die, you still get, you know, wait, do you still get XP? Nah, I should know that. When you win, you get lots of XP, and that helps in increasing your leveling up. Once you reach 35, it doesn't go beyond that. It doesn't go to level 36. Level 35 is the highest. And after that, each and every level up, like it'll never go from level 35 to level 36. Instead, you'll see this bracket over here inside. You know, that's the number of times I've gone beyond 35, 975 times. So a maxed out character in this game, any character, will have a hero power of 650, level 35. At this level, at this hero power, and at this level, maxed out level and hero power, whenever you craft a weapon, there will be a very high probability that it will be of 300 power. That is the max power in the game. I'm not talking about hero power, I'm talking about the power on the weapons. So, be it melee or a ranged weapon, at max hero power and max level, you will have 300 power weapon. The same goes for your jewelry or necklace, charm and trinket. All three will have 300 hero power. At maxed out levels such as these, if you craft a weapon, then let's say you craft 5 weapons. Out of those 5 weapons, most of those weapons will have a hero power of 300. Some of them, maybe 2 or 3, could have a hero power less than 300. Nothing to worry about that. No need to worry about that. You can just salvage it. Go back over here, salvage it, because when you've got a maxed out hero power, then obviously you won't go for anything less than 300 power, right? So you can just craft it again. Craft whatever you want to craft, and keep the 300 power weapons, whatever you need. Then you can upgrade them. Over here, by the time you've maxed out your characters, you will have collected a lot of green, blue and orange dust, even red dust, trust me on that. No need to worry about that. But how you use all this, I hope it's been helpful. And if you got any questions, just you can ask them in the comments. Oh yeah, one last thing about, a lot of people ask me what are the best settings in this game, and by settings people obviously mean gameplay settings, video, audio, keybinds, you know, what keybinds you use, etc, etc. So I've already made, I think it was a week ago, I made a video. Just check my channel for my previous videos on the best gameplay settings, which includes audio, video, keybinds, my keybinds, and gameplay settings to use in this game. So this brings me to the end of the video, guys. I hope it was helpful. I hope it was informative. I'll make another video which will discuss properties, another idiot's guide to Vermintide 2 weapon properties, weapon and jewelry properties, and that's it from me. If you got any questions, just you can comment, you can ask in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you later in my next video. Take care everyone, and happy rat slaying.